Welcome to a new week, a brand new week. One thing that doesn't change at all, unfortunately, is the inclement weather in the Western Cape. Yesterday, we had a beautiful afternoon of racing into the evening in KZN. Unfortunately, tomorrow we're due to go back to Hollywood Bets at Kenilworth, but that has been abandoned. Wednesday's meeting for Kenilworth, that is still on at this moment in time, but that'll be moved to the country course of Durbanville. No such problems here on the high felt. It is, of course, a waiter to win, looking ahead to Tuesday racing on a Monday, and that is proudly brought to you by the new proud sponsors of the local PSL, and that is a Betway. And of course, talking about a proud man who should feel very proud of his contribution to the show over the last weekend is, of course, our doyen. It is the guru himself, Mr. Daryl Marie. Well done. I think he's got a new name. It is not Daryl. We'll call him Sergey for the duration of today's show. But welcome, Daryl, and very well done. And of course, it's not an exact science, but you committed each way play, and it still was good each way value at the SP 10-1.
Yeah, thanks, Sis. Yeah, like many will say, that's water under the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll focus on the week's racing ahead. Let's hope we can get off to a flying start out at the Vaal on Tuesday. Opening leg of the bar pot. The current favourite is Across the Pond. Now, last time out, she took a hold of the bit. She was over racing, so I thought it was a commendable effort on her behalf. 3 runners, all 3 unplaced, so the form line suspect. The same can be said about Ginger Delight, the form line suspect. She won unfancied on debut. Willow Wild was scratched at the start last time out, not striding out. Let's see how she moves to the post. My clear first choice happens to be Golden Moment. She beat a very shallow field on debut. It was a weak field. I thought she stepped up beautifully in her second start, and if she's progressed even further, I think she could be the one to beat. She's her half-brother, I think her full brother, by Vitellius
ran last week or recently.
Yeah, 1 over 1400. The form line's working out well, Sis. I don't know if I can pull it up over here quickly.
Please do.
I know there's been a few winners from there. Horses that finished behind her. They are namely Glawari,
yes,
finished behind her. The Navy Lock finished behind her. The second place horse came out and ran second.
Yeah.
The third horse
also
came out and ran second. So yeah. I'm going 1 and 4 in the opening leg. First choice being the 4.
Okay, 4 from 1. That is Sean Terry and Smango Kumalo with Golden Moment, the first choice in that bipod. Then there it is. You will have taken note that it is a 9-race program, so we only start putting bets on, or at least that bet will close with the running of race 2, and that is at 12:45. We're racing on the old track at the Vaal on Tuesday. So officially, Tuesday's meeting at the Vaal will be the penultimate meeting of this 2023-2024 season. And of course, it is just appropriate to congratulate the Justin Snaith stable on being crowned a champion trainer. And that was confirmed towards the end of our Gold Cup meeting World Pool Day, which by all accounts was a resounding success, both on course and as turnovers are concerned. But it's race 3 that will see the first leg of the PA. Now, this is off at 1:20. Play soccer 6, 10, and a 13 maiden juvenile plate. We're over the 1200 meters. And the 10, Take Your Place, another St. John Gray favorite with Muzieni aboard 26-10. Number 4, Francilian, first time Lucky Udalakas in the colors of the breeders Maurice Fontaine. Gavin Arena gets the riders at 33-10. 7-2, number 7, Komati River, 4-1, and better bar those. So first timers in the second and third favorite slot, and one of them has got the blinkers on. But we're looking at the 4, Francilian. That is a 2-year-old daughter of What a Winter out of a Var mare, Ile de France. Mike de Kock trained Ile de France, the mother, I do recall.
That's correct. No comments in the front of the computer form. What I can say is the dam ran 8 times for 1 win over 1450. I don't believe she has to be anything special to make a winning debut. The fillies that have run have been consistent, but appear limited at this stage. Let's touch on the other first time. Number 6, Kings again. In the front of the computer form, Mr. Spies says, hoping for a good run. And she's very well related. Her dam won 4 races between 1400 and a mile, and she ran she placed in a grade 3. and it sounds as if she's given a chance on debut. So both of them went into my bar pots. Of the race runners, let's touch on Kamati River. Now, last time out was against the boys. Wasn't a bad effort whatsoever. What's in her favor is she's got the experience. She's very fit and she could be drawn towards the right side. I've included her. I mean, on form, she's a natural inclusion. The same can be said about Take Your Place. She's got the form to run a decent race. She's got fitness. She's drawn towards the inside though. Yeah, Cecil, so if one of these first timers are above average, I expect them to make a winning debut. But we don't, I mean, I'm sitting here in the dark.
Now, as far as the PA is concerned, we're going to confirm it is taking the two race horses, Komati River and Take Your Place, of course, Komati River from the Tony Peter stable. And congratulations to them for that grade one success just 12 or 15 hours ago at Hollywood Bets Grable. It's the widest leg, and the trappiest leg would be leg 5, 3, 4, and 5. The outlay is 192 Rand. We are off with the race number 3, leg 1 of the PA, 20 past 1. We continue previewing the penultimate day's racing in this current season, 2023-2024. We've got a pick 6 to look forward to at the Vaal, where we're racing on the older track. Again, this is Weighted to Win, proudly brought to you by Betway. Now, let's have a look at what's happening in race number 4. It's a for hospitality bookings caller 0116811 maiden juvenile plate. It's over the 1200 meters, and it was a very, very pleasing debut effort from this 2 pedigree charge, and rightly so. Is odds on, and that goes by the name at 12 o'clock high. We'll have the services of Calvin Abibba once again. 12 o'clock high is your favorite. In fact, 17 to 10. I do apologize. I put you off there as far as odds on is concerned. It is 17 to 10. The 3 is Kalesh Cyborg, also a pleasing debut. And that was in the same race, and that is at 16 to 10, Paul Matchett and Pilisandem Mkholi. Now, both were unfancied on a debut. Which one would you say is the more progressive, Miss Marie?
Both unfancied. I like that you touched on that point. The one drifted out to 12 to 1 from 7 to 1. That's Mr. Pettigrew's. What number is that, Cess?
That's number 7. Yes, 12 o'clock high. Yes.
And then Mr. Matchett's one, number 3, Kalesh Cyborg, started at 25 to 1.
Yes.
I'm wary of this form line. Let's see how it pans out. There has been a runner, and funny enough, it's Potberry,
Yes.
number 5, who finished well beyond the two of them, but came out and ran 3rd behind Blaze Away. And the reason why I touch on that, Cecil, is this horse went way too quick on that occasion behind Corrupt.
Yes.
There were 2 horses that went well clear of the field, and one of them happened to be Potberry. Now, last time out, if you take notes of that replay, Muzi held this horse together for a long way, and I think with the more patient ride certainly suited him. I'm going to go as far as saying he will finish right on top of the 2 that beat him by 8 odd lengths last time out, namely number 3 and 7. Don't discount Potberry. Now, Wild Intent, we have to touch on the first time. Unfortunately, there's no comment in the front of the book. But listen to this. We know the dam stayed all day, Wild Ash. And he's related to stayers in Khaki Boss and Makwa Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
But Cecil is also related to a horse called Ashford Castle, who was out of a sprinting sire.
Was that Glenn Cotson?
Yes.
Yes.
He won a few races of the sprinting trips, whereas Namakwa Blossom and Khaki Boss are Flower Elia, more stamina sire. Beanbar, give me the green lights. I think if he's got ability, he could certainly make a winning debut. So I'm not going to sit here and try to separate the 3 race runners. I've included them all, namely 3, 5, and 7. And I've also put in 8 into my bar pots, but that's not needed for the pick 6.
Okay, so not taking chances, and there is that pick 6, 3, 5, and 7. And just to just touch on that point, you may have heard ad nauseum, but first timer rule that does play a part in the pick 6s. If a first timer wins, and the first of any of the raced horses, hopefully it's 3, 5, and 7 follow, that will see you through that first leg. Well, off time to race number 4 is 13:55. All right, we're still talking about the penultimate day of the current season, and it's now on to race 5. The first chance to get involved in a jackpot. We have 2 jackpots, races 5 and 6, respectively, will be the start of those 2 jackpots. Now, race number 5 is the tab4racing.com. Merit rate at 96, and it's over the 1600 meters. And a favorite is a Jury's Out, who's at 28 to 10. Number 9, a Master Christmas is at 7 to 2, 15 to 4 is a 4, another level. The 7 Income is at 4 to 1, it's 15 to 2, and a better bar those. Now, the cover this afternoon, or for this afternoon's meeting, or Tuesday afternoon's meeting, is made up of a certain Pyromaniac, and the editor seems to give Pyromaniac a chance to win before the season's out. Where are your loyalties, Mr. Marie?
Talking about Pyromaniac, says, have you seen these silks before, Mrs. M.O. Stratum?
Mrs. M.O. Stratum Pyromaniac. Let me just have
Number
a
1.
look. Number 1. No, that is Pia's mother, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it is.
Okay.
Aren't these the silks that we see generally in PE with Jacques?
I haven't seen these silks before,
I
don't
would
think.
speak under correction, but I don't know.
Okay.
No, but let me. I will actually have a look at them as well. Look them up while you're giving us your the benefit of your benefit of your wisdom.
Says, now I've gone with the top 2 in the betting of the year. I think the bookmakers have got it right. Candice Dawson obviously holds a strong hand, the favorite and the third favorite. Now, Jury's Out. Last time out, I don't know if he didn't stay, but it was a
Yes.
little bit of a below par effort.
After having run a good race in that feature.
A cracking race,
Yeah.
because he actually beat Command Council, who came out and won, and there was one other 2 miles west, one from
Yes.
that form line.
Yes.
Greeting My Master won indirectly, and that was the winner from his latest form
Yes.
line, Lamu Hall.
Yes.
Now, he was out at the weights in his last start. He's back in a handicap, right? He's back over a distance that he's well performed over, and he's 1 from 1 up the Vaal straight. Gavin gets on extremely well with him. He's ridden him 6 times for 3 wins and a second, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll certainly make him the horse to beat. The stable's in fine form up here on the Highfield. But I've got respect for number 9 of here, Master Christmas. Now, if you go back a few runs...
How did I not start off with Master Chris? You've been very much a fan for a while.
Yeah. He's clearly held by Jury's Out, but he came from a long way back on that occasion. This horse interests me at the Vaal. I think his better runs have been at the Vaal. Marco will suit him. He likes to be ridden cold. And he'll be flashing up late. So I'm not looking past number 6 and 9.
6 and 9, and that should do it as far as the first leg of Jackpot 1 is concerned. And there it is, a very inexpensive outlay. Looking at 48 Rand for a full unit. 6 and 9 by 3 and 4. 3, 4, 5, and then the last leg 2, 4, 5, and 6. Do get that jackpot on by the start of race 5, which is a 2:30. Okay, don't forget, it is the penultimate day of the season, continuing at the Vaal. We're on the older track, and we're now into race number 6. This is the Fillies and Mares 87 divided handicap. We're going over the mile once again. And what a competitive affair we have in a race number 6. Let's just have a look at the betting. Well, done hardly anything wrong is the suitor, if that is the right grammar. And that is a 3 to 1 for Davy Nevenhuizen and a Gavin Arena. LMB, consistent, 9 to 2. Number 5, Alabama, and a 6 to 1. Number 6, Zenobia's Gold is at 6 to 1. 6 to 1 is at the 8 of Princess Ilaria. 15 to 2, and a better bar those quoted runners. So that is a Fillies and Mares 87, Mr. Marie. A very, very competitive race. And of course, looking at Juliet Tango, we saw that sibling was having a first run out, run a cracker. I think ran 2nd or 3rd on Saturday. And of course, Diwali Rocket is also part of that family. The Juliet Tango must certainly carry on, or raising the flag, hopefully, for the stable of Mr. Pandera.
Yeah, Cecil, if you go back to that run beyond On the Horizon, she actually should reverse the form with Suitor. She's a few kilograms better off, and the stable's turned in a huge way. But I watched that replay, and okay, Juliet Tango wore the blinkers on that occasion. She might have gone too quick, but Suitor was only having a 4th run, and she was thrown in the deep end on that occasion. I mean, I think it was a Fillies MS 96. It was a strong race for her, and she was far from disgraced. And what I want to touch on is she had no cover towards the outside, and she moved up dangerously, but a bit too early in the straight. I think with a more patient ride, and in this sort of lineup, she certainly should go very close. I only went numbers 3 and 4 here, but I actually should have included the one, Julia Tango. I should have put her in. If you have time to adjust my perms, I would suggest throwing her in. Now, Suits has won from one of the course in distance. Gavin knows her extremely well. Lightly raced, on the upgrade, and the stable's in good form. They're having their winners on the Highveld. But my first choice happens to be, let's touch on Pierre Stradom. It is his mom in the previous race that owns Pyromania.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done. I'm sure we'll be seeing him heading off to the Eastern Cape. What's it?
Gqeberha. Yes.
Very soon.
Yes.
But Pierre Stradom back on LMB here. That interests me. If you recall, in her penultimate start, she was desperately unlucky on that occasion. She flashed up late with Pierre. He will want to make amends. Last time out, she didn't stay. She doesn't stay. She'll be ridden patiently. I'd make her the filly to beat. So, in order, 3, 4, 1.
And of course, you know what LMB stands for, huh?
Yes, Lawrence Michael Bookmakers.
I only discovered that after all these years, a couple of weeks ago. Huh? There is that jackpot, 3 and 4 once again, and that is the full unit that will cost you 120 Rand. It's race number 6, leg 1 of jackpot 2 off at 3:05. All right, so we get into the last opportunity to get involved in a pick 3. Here I say it, the last pick 3 of the current season at the Vaal, and that is with the running of race number 7. We're on the standard side of the track. It has been a memorable season, and do get in touch and let us know exactly your thoughts and the highlights. Give me another is one that comes to mind instantly. But let's have a look at the betting for this Fillies and Mares 7th race. It's over the mile once again, and in race number 7, the favorite is the 3 Boom Boom at 21-10. Number 5, Solar Diva 3-1, 32-10 is number 2, Play with Fire 9-2, and Better Bar those. Now you're a man whose every spare moment, if it's not with the family, is in racing. So you wouldn't know why I'd say the 3 Boom Boom is well named, would you? You wouldn't know, huh?
No.
Well, Boom Boom is a guy who used to play for Pakistan. That was a Freedy, and the mother's name is Quick Single.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I was thinking. I was thinking along other lines.
Okay, no, it's a cricket, very much a cricket related question. Boom, boom, Afridi. When he was informed he could hit it a mile. Huh?
Okay.
He actually once hit a cricket 6 out of the Wanderers onto the golf course.
Sure.
That's how he could do it. Yeah. But sorry, let's not get away from the matter at hand. I hope I haven't killed your train of thought.
Sis, yeah, she went a little bit off form, but she certainly found her feet and she's in cracking form recently. Her penultimate start is actually looking quite good now with Grand Crescendo running an absolute blinder in the Premier's Champion Stakes behind VJ's Angel. What a masterful move by Tony Peter running the filly in that race. But anyway, yeah, that form line's looking good now. Last time out, finished close up beyond Zenobia's Gold. Yeah, she's in good form. I'll give her a winning chance in this lineup. Number 4, and with an E. Now, barring her later start where she had excuses, it looked like she was knocking on the door ready to win again. You can see her rating has plummeted even further. She's right down to a 66. And Wesley drawn towards the middle outside. I think he'll hopefully get her up in a prominent position, and I think she'll run a cracker. I like her chances too. Now, the filly I'm leaning towards is number 5, Solo Diva. I fancied her chances in her later start. The money came for her, and I was pulling my hair out in running. You know, she bounced well, and then the race just went pear-shaped for her, and she ended up further back than ideal, turning for home. She stayed on resolutely. I thought she should have run a place on that occasion. She's clearly off the right mark. Stable's in good form. So I'm going 5 from 3 and 4.
5 from 3 and 4. There it is. That is the pick 3 suggestion for leg 1. 3, 4, and 5. 5 from 3 and 4 would be the order of preference for Darrell in race number 7. We're off with that first leg of the last pick 3 at 20 to 4. We'll continue with the Way to Win, proudly brought to you by Betway. It is our penultimate event of the afternoon, race number 8, and again looks quite competitive. This is a classified stakes over the 1700. You can put a line through the One American Rebel. That is from the Waishong Mawing stable. However, it is the stable companion who retains favoritism, and that is American Biscuit number 5, and that is at 26 to 10. 6 safe space off a very good win after being well backed is at 3 to 1, your second favorite. And beyond that, co-second favorite is the 2 Blackberry Breeze at 3 to 1. Calvin Abib and Tony Peters alluded to by Mr. Marie. Calvin and Tony teaming up with that Group 1 success on Sunday at Greyville. Right, scratched is a 1, Mr. Marie. 8 runners to face up, classified stakes. What do we do? Where do we go? And how do we go about it?
I'm just looking at something. You know, we mentioned jury's out earlier and Gavin's record on that horse. I think it was 6 rights for 3 wins in a second.
Yeah.
By now we'll know the result. But have a look at Viva de Janeiro.
Yes.
6 rides for 3 wins in a second.
Indeed.
So he gets the best out of the son of Oratorio. Yeah, tried the blinkers last time out. He's come down slightly in the rating, but he's a different horse with Gavin aboard, so he'll be ridden patiently. I think he's a little bit stretched over the 1800 or the 1700 personally. I've included him, but he's only my 4th choice. Let's touch on American Biscuit number 5. Now, he's really in good form, finishing close up recently. What interests me here is Washong has secured the services of Pierre Stradom. Now, Pierre's only had 2 rides for him, I think, this entire season.
Mm-hmm.
And they were both on the horse Resore Finale for a 1 in a second.
In fact, I was just going to interrupt you. Pierre had a winner before he rode the Rosario Finale, and I says, we should be seeing you back soon. And his answer to me was, I don't know what race card you're looking at. And it was Rosario Finale that I was alluding to. Yeah, sorry, sir.
Yeah, so he's off the competitive mark, well drawn, Pierre Stradom, racing fit. I mean, the stable means business, yeah. So he's my second pick, my top pick, and I liked the effort of Blackberry Breeze last time out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was racing with no cover.
Yeah.
He was sent about his business 400 meters out, and he just tired very late. And he lost the crop 200 meters from home. He's come down even further in the rating, Cecil. Look at him. He's down to a 75. It appears to be the stable elect, with Calvin taking the ride on him over space.
Safe space.
Safe space,
Yeah.
who he won on last time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think of a 75, being a son of Savannah, the penny might have dropped now. So I'm going 2 from 5, respect for 4 and 6.
Yeah. Now, to tell you about Blackberry Breeze, as we look at your selections for that last double, the day it won its maiden, Tony had a winner in the preceding race, and we touched on the runners that we thought had chances, because I had looked at the form of Blackberry Breeze, so I didn't even mention it. And he says, oh, by the way, don't leave out my horse in the next, because it is actually better than the form. I do like it, and it's got ability, and I think that ability is now coming to the fore. So thank you for that, Blackberry Breeze.
Yes, and to touch on another thing, Cess, that form line's working out well. Majestic Touch,
Yes.
who finished behind him, came out and ran second, and Full Go,
Yeah.
who finished even further down,
Yes.
won next time out. So, yeah, let's be with number 2 over here, Blackberry
Thank you so
Breeze.
much. When the man does find them, we listen carefully. That is race number 8. Okay, so it is going to be farewell to the vaal for 2023-2024 when we get into race number 9, or after the horses have cross the line for race number 9. It is a classified stakes. This time we're going over the shorter trip of 1,300 meters. The next vaal race meeting, Thursday, the 1st of August. Now, as far as the format plays, they could be pertinent. Number 6, Cerulean Dancer, was a recent runner on the classic track at the vaal. Finished second and was beaten by 0.15 lengths by a horse that Daryl touched on a few moments ago, and that is a full go. 7, Dancing Dora. That was your favorite, a beaten favorite, second, a length and a half behind a Mix the Magic. Number 8, Red Carpet Style, in the same race, finished 3.5 lengths behind a Mix the Magic. And then we go to number 10, Dark Tide. On the same day, but a different race, finished fifth, and that was 3.60 lengths behind the Navy Lark. And finally, number 11, Written in Stone. On the same day, a race earlier than the other races, and this was a 8th, 3.90 lengths behind a Risky Business. So lots of housekeeping that we had to do there for race number 9. Hopefully Mr. Marie hasn't fallen asleep while I've been giving you all those form updates. But the 3, Mickey's Bomb, is at 28 to 10, 15 to 4, the 2, Nazare. It is 5 to 1 numbers. 6, Cerulean Dancer, and the 7, Dancing Dora, both at 5 to 1. It's 10 to 1, and better bar those quoted runners. Now, Mr. Pierce Stratham teams up with Miss Dawson on a horse that races in the same colors of a horse you suggested must not be overlooked whatsoever. That was Exchange Student on Saturday.
Yes, and we've touched on the fact that Candace has got her stabling in fine form. Now, Pierre doesn't ride many for Candace, but if you recall a few months ago, he rode a pearl of a race on a horse called Banner Bridge.
Yes. Yes.
For Candace.
Oh, yes, everybody, and I think it actually went a bit viral in racing circles, huh?
Yeah, it was a cracking ride. So this horse, if you have a look at his form since returning from a rest on the turf, says it's very good. I mean, he's done absolutely nothing wrong. I thought lovely win last time out on the inside track. I actually didn't fancy him on that occasion.
Yes.
He only picked up a £2 penalty. So I can see him confirming the form with Dancing Dora. I mean, there's only a kilo turnaround in the weights this time round. And Dancing Dora has had another run. So I don't know if this is coming too soon for her. But what I do want to say is she was very unlucky in the last start to get beaten by Mix the Magic.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Mix the Magic was a fortunate winner. She was unfortunate. She got cleaned out or up at the start. Then she raced wide. Put a line through that. She's very, very consistent. And I don't know if Muzi has jumped ship here from Mika's Bomb onto Dancing Dora. I don't know if he had the choice. But Dancing Dora should finish right alongside Nazare again. A horse that's well held on that run on the inside track is After Hours. But I got a feeling up the straight, he's a better sort.
Yes.
SK in the irons. SK in the irons. He's going to know all about it this time round. And the stable are knocking at the door now. They're having their winners. So if you're playing trifectas and quartets, please include number 4, After Hours.
Right.
Yeah, so
It's After Hours
2
included.
2 and 7 to fight it out. 4, my sneaker in the pack.
Right, so there are the numbers up for Daryl, and as you alluded to SK, I think I've got to leave you the last word. The son of this is the progeny of Lance, and that goes by the name Quid Pro Quo, has done everything and more. From day one, I worked at the vaal when he was just touched off by You Bring Me Joy. And shortly after, Barent announced his relocating to KZN. And it seems to have been a master stroke. And well done to Mr. Gerald Khalil, breeder and owner of a horse that's won all the features that were open to it.
Yeah, I just want to say congrats to them. I've never met Mr. Khalil, but I've known Barent my whole life.
Yes.
Congratulations, Barent. What a fantastic filly you got on your hands.
Indeed. And of course, congratulations to our team behind the scenes. They've produced your Waiter to Win for Tuesday, proudly brought to you by Betway.